Okay, what is Hormozi style content? What is anti-Hormozi or Ogilvy style content? How do you get the best out of both? Okay, so this is like Hormozi is definitely the biggest influence in the sales and marketing space. It's not particularly close. We've never really had anything like this before. We had like Tony Robbins, we had like the business coaching and stuff, but like we had that FBI negotiator guy where everybody was saying like, is it a terrible idea? Like would ask negative questions, but like we've never really had anybody with this much influence on everyone's offers, how everyone pitches. And what is the counter? Like what is the anti-Hormozi, or I call it the Ogilvy style offer? And this is from like one of the Ogilvy car ads. And when does one work? When does the other work? Like, how do you make sense of it? Because I mean, I've had a bunch of clients that are like, we love Hormozi, we want that. And I've had a bunch of other clients that are like, especially in healthcare, they're like, we hate this. We think it's cheesy. We think it's silly. This wouldn't work in our industry. And they're both right. Like, there's no wrong answer. Like with marketing, you have data in front of you to see what angles work. So how do you like navigate this landscape? If you're doing cold calling, you're doing cold email, you're doing LinkedIn, like whatever, how do you know what to use what? So Hormozi style offer is a bold claim, a risk reversal, a guarantee, usually an anecdote. So not like social proof, but like a story of a time you helped a guy, not like a track record. And then also there's a lot of calling things different things. You'll see in a lot of Hormozi marketing where he calls something that's really an info course something else, or he calls like a course a book donation. This is either very clever and interesting or cheesy and lame, depending on your perspective. I am one of those guys, like I love Domino's, I love McDonald's, and I love Michelin star restaurants. I like it all. So I want to get the best of everything. If you're like me, this video is for you. Okay. So what is the anti-Hormozi style or the Ogilvy style? It's a message that's based on your credentials, your network, your track record of performance, maybe some KPIs. So very cut and dry, like no guarantee, no risk reversal, like a PR agency that's been around for 100 years in Manhattan. A Hormozi style offer wouldn't be good for that client. They both actually work. What works really well is mixing and matching. So you can sell like an Ogilvy or anti-Hormozi in a Hormozi way. So here's what I mean. Let's say you put a conventional healthcare message, which is normally done through referrals and networking, and then you put that in a cold call, you put that in a cold email. You don't run it like a traditional, we give you 20 meetings on your calendar, or you pay nothing, because that's insane. Like American Psychological Association, like an enterprise client doesn't need to do that. What you can say is, hey, we've been around for a long time. This is our track record. This is how many millions or billions of dollars we've generated. Do you need help with this? Like that is enough to move. So you can sell a Hormozi mechanism, which traditionally like we associate Hormozi with outbound, cold calling, cold email, LinkedIn, paid ads, stuff like that. You can do that. The other issue is overgaming. So it'd be weird if like a celebrity, like imagine Jacob Elordi waiting 3 days to like text a girl back. Like why? He's Jacob Elordi. He doesn't need to do that. Why does he need to play games? So the same thing can happen with really high-end clients. That's why the same techniques don't work the same way. You know, like the Hormozi method is when you have nothing. You have nothing to your name. You have a gym with no technology, nothing special, no fancy machines, and they have to get the revenue that like an Equinox and the price point that Equinox gets. So it must be all marketing. It's like you're 5'2", you're 300 pounds, you need all the game you can get. If you're 6'4" and you're 200 pounds and you're the quarterback, you don't need to. You shouldn't do this stuff. So what you want to do is you want to find the correct level of game for you and for your clients, which and usually it's like a medium level of game. So we don't think about it, but we associate Hormozi style offers and we clump them together with outreach techniques, but you can mix and match them for both. And this is a little bit of a vague, I'll do some examples of this over the next couple of weeks and like what we do with our clients. And you can learn to enjoy, sometimes we do the same thing for the same client. So we can do a very blanket, very like, this is how much money we save if we don't do this, and like just attack the market. That works just fine. Or you could target funded startups with a very like credibility network based message, like, hey, this is our background, this is who we know, this was our funding round, like we built this specifically for other startups. Can we do a quick call? We want to show you how this works for you. Like that will also work for the same client. So anyway, most people stick to one or the other. It is fun to do both. It is fun to combine both. Have fun with it. Don't let anybody tell you what to do. Have a great day.